and you're very welcome to Lurgan in County Armagh, and so is Louise Ward there, who you see shaking hands with the captain Kevin, or the manager, the referee Kevin Phelan from Laois. Louise is the captain of Kilkerrin, Clonberne, and Niamh Henderson the home captain with Clann there. And just to mention all the officials before we go any further, the fourth official is Owen O'Neill from Kildare, the Lions people Emma Dunn from Louth, and Stephen Devlin also from Louth. Welcome to the 2024 AIB All-Ireland Senior Championship semi-final. One was played yesterday, and that was Kilmacud winning that one. And today we have Clann with home advantage against 3 in a row champions, Kilkerrin, Clonberne, in their nice change jersey there of navy. Very nice jersey it is indeed. They usually wear red. So Kilmacud are in the final. We are down to 3. Niamh Henderson there going in for the photograph. And Niamh, would you believe, was 9 years away from county football and came back this year. And what a year she has had. Player of the Match awards all over the place, and great performances and all sorts of wins and titles with county and club. And Louise, of course, well, she's very decorated as well. An all-star in 2019, a twin sister of Nicola at number 6, who was just a few weeks ago named as the 2024 Players Player of the Year. So that is the ability they have. The Wards right up the middle, and their manager is their father, Willie Ward, as well. So Kilkerrin, Clonberne, villages 4 miles apart, but we are very much in the north today. We are in Lurgan in County Armagh, and there's an announcement being made at the moment. We may be going to the anthem very, very soon. We'll go to the teams as soon as we can as well, but first let me tell you that you can message me if you like, not on the actual place we are watching, but you can message me on Twitter at Jerome Quinn or on Instagram at Jerome Quinn1. With me is Emma Kelly. Emma, you're very welcome. How are you?
Great, Jerome. Whenever you had said about this game, it was something I was looking forward to already, so even better now to be up on a higher view to see the tactics happening. So some key battles is going to be happening here. As you said, both teams are full of newly crowned all-stars and obviously the player of the year, so it's going to be a brilliant game.
Yeah, and we have a camera down low as well, catching all the warm-ups here. You would usually be taking these kind of warm-ups with Antrim the last 2 or 3 years. The captain's in the middle there. There's no real breeze to talk about, so that's got no real advantage. But well, there's a bit coming in from the left, but I wouldn't say it's too strong. Possibly going from left to right as you're looking at it. But it's interesting, Emma. Clann home advantage last year. You don't often get home advantage in an All-Ireland semi-final. Never mind 2 years in a row, but they need to make it count. Last year they only scored not 5 against Ballymacarbery, who then were well beaten in the final. So that doesn't augur well. The big question is, how much have they improved?
Yes, well, obviously last year was the first year at running Ulster, so it would have been a big occasion for them to do that. And then I know they were missing a couple of their key girls then for that game against Ballymac. So this year I think they're probably more focused. Obviously you can't say you're not going to celebrate an Ulster title because you never know when it's going to happen again. But again, we all know how meticulous Greg is in trying to get the right matchups. Now I'm not sure if he's had sleepless nights, because as we all know, Kilkerrin 3 in a row, current champions as it is, and they don't look to be taking their foot off the pedal there. So we'll see how it goes. But again, home advantage is massive. I've seen the crowd there when I was coming in getting parked. They're walking from every direction. The orange is bright, so it will be interesting. The home crowd will hopefully help them. But again, they're welcoming the all-time favourites here until their backyard.
I saw Kilkerrin 2 years ago down in Ballymac, and it was played in Dungarvan, and they held them to 2 points and they destroyed them. It's just the way they play. They're just, to me, there's different levels when you come to this level, if you know what I mean. And it can even be maybe 2 levels above, say, a provincial final, and Kilmacud are there and Kilkerrin are there, and it's a question for me whether Clann can get up to that level today, but it's a huge step.
Yeah, like last year, Kilmacud brought Kilkerrin to extra time and eventually won by a couple of points. So both teams, Kilmacud will be hoping Clann will do the business against Kilkerrin, that they're not meeting them again. But at the same time, it's going to be all down to tactics here today.
Exactly. Well, that's why I'm talking about levels, you know, the way they play at that level, but also the age profiles even, you know, Kilmacud aged from 23 to 32, they're all absolute flyers, and they play an amazing quick brand of football too, you know.
Yep, some ladies footballers don't hit their peak until they're 28, between 28 and 33, 34. So it's going to be interesting to see. Now, to be fair, Greg is breeding in a lot of underage and young girls here. One of their young girls was actually the star of the show in their Ulster final. But again, Armagh have a lot of...
Well, Cassie Henderson, Naoimh Donoghue, players like that. But what I'm saying is, the likes of Kilmacud, they didn't have anyone under 23, you know.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
But it's the development, and then they would have a big scope of players. So the likes of Greg taking Armagh last year, he would have had a lot of Clonberne girls in the county squad, again, playing against Galway. Would that have given him any kind of advantage of seeing the proper matchups? So Niamh Coleman, will she be marking Louise Ward again? We don't know.
Well, here, let's look at we'll come back and look at the teams in a minute, but first of all, look at this cute shot here. You were telling me that they were coming in.
They were coming in their droves. So
and young and old, and they're all in here. You know what? I feel though there was an expectancy last year, and this year it seems a bit more low-key, and that might suit Clann. And it was almost people thought to beat Ballymacarbery, you know, so maybe this suits them more. But let's look at the teams, and you can talk matchups while we do this. Gregory's so experienced. We're expecting, of course, Cassie Henderson, number 22, to start, of course, and maybe Megan McCann to drop out. That's the way they've done the last couple of games. Apart from that, you're maybe looking at the likes of Maeve McCambridge coming out the field. But what are you thinking matchups?
So the likes of Clodagh McCambridge, although you really want her to be on Davili, at the same time, I wouldn't take her out of full back line. Clodagh is your communicator, your organiser. Goals will kill games, and we cannot let Kilkerrin to get any goals against Clonberne early on anyway. So I would be keeping Clodagh in there, and you have to remember too, Morrissey is a big threat in there, so she will still have to do a lot of damage control in there, but Clodagh and that is going to be a key matchup. Now Niamh Henderson and Nicola Ward, current All-Star and Player of the Year, against Niamh Henderson, who, as we all know, if she gets the jets on, she will leave a lot of people for dead. So the main thing there would be Nicola loves to attack.
She does.
So will Niamh track back as much, or maybe they'll maybe Greg will say, well, actually, Tierna Grimes, you love to run a bit more. Go in there on Nicola. So again, it is who's going to pick up Louise Ward as well. Louise is pretty smart and savvy. She'll try to pull the midfield out of there. So is he going to leave the midfield open with Niamh Coleman or Kate Toe following her, or is she going to send maybe somebody else out with them? So again, it is all about the tactics.
We might get a chance to look at the Kilkerrin team, but I think we're very close to the anthem. We've been talking about it, or you've been talking about it anyway, and we'll maybe throw it up and then we'll go to some shots, because we have a cameraman over to try and get the anthem, and there is the team. And by the way, when you say we, apologies to our Galway viewers.
It's going to be
we have to be neutral. I understand it. Well, we're in Ulster, and they're Ulster teams, and you're the former Andorra manager. I get it, you know. But the players are lining up now, and they're is the team, and Sarah Gormley at fullback, and as you see the Wards up the middle, and then the Divillies in there, of course, and three Noon sisters, and then you have the likes of, you say, Ailish Morrissey and Chloe Miskell, who scored a goal in the All-Ireland final against Mournabbey as well. Fabulous team, 3 All-Irelands in a row. And I think I'm going to pause there now, because we're going to have the introduction of Sophie Doyle to give us the anthem. She's going to sing the anthem over on the far side of the clubhouse side there, so we'll go over to her sideline camera for that. There we go. Beautiful version of the anthem there from Sophie. Well done, you, and that set the tone. As I say, there isn't really a lot of noise here. There's not a lot of excitement that I can see. It's more a sort of feeling, I think, after last year, that we need to keep this low key. We got well beaten last year, so we're not getting ahead of ourselves here. But we'll see when this game starts how it all shapes up and what happens when we'll see the matchups. It's very, very close. I think Kilkerrin and Clonberne have to be favourites, going for 4 in a row. They have won 6 All-Ireland semis and, of course, the final since 2021. But for COVID, they might be going for 5 in a row, and they have taken everyone. They score a lot of points, not that many goals. whereas Clann have scored a lot of goals, and they've been good starters this year so far in the championship, but they got it too easy, I think, against Lurgan in the Ulster final, and it will be interesting to see how they cope today in this game. The girl that I mentioned, by the way, Cassie Henderson, number 22, is one to watch. She is only 15, but she is an amazing athlete. She is a European boxing champion. She's played soccer for Linfield and Glentoran, and she has won all sorts of awards and prizes at different levels as well in Gaelic football, and she played really well the last day in the Ulster final, and I expect her to be in here today as I look around. And it's Clann playing from left to right. And Emma, you want to point out something?
So number 15 is actually starting in corner back
for Chloe, Maeve McCambridge. Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. You know,
so
there was no way she was going to play corner anyway, but I expected her to be a sort of a +1.
Yeah,
but
and then Erin Malanphy has come out here onto Lindsay Noon.
Yes,
and
okay.
I just can't see who that is. Is that Roisin
So
Mulligan?
these are the matchups you were talking about. Let's get underway. You keep an eye on those, and I'll get on with the game here, because that is the number 8. Kate Toe trying to get possession, and Henderson, the captain, does get possession, and she gets it again now. Good lively start from Clann as they get possession. Aoibhinn Donoghue is number 10. She's only 17 years old, and she slips it through to Kate Toe. And can they get a score here? Immediately you see 12 of the Kilkerrin players have got behind the ball, and here's a chance. Can she swing that over? No, she just didn't really connect there, Niamh Henderson. And the wind has picked up a little bit since I said there wasn't that much of a wind, and it is behind them, and you would have thought if she'd have put that in the air it would have gone over. Now I'm watching off camera to see this kick out and see where it's going, and Nicola Ward has made the run out to the right. This is exactly what Emma Kelly was talking about, and Niamh Henderson didn't really follow her, and instead she has been able to get the ball, and she's been followed now by Emer McConaughey and fouled. And Emma, that's exactly what you're talking about. She needs to be tighter.
Exactly. So Nicola is always going to go for that ball, and Cassie Henderson, as expected, has started. So she's up in the corner there. But again, if you look, Clann are all dropping back to try and fill spaces. But again, sometimes filling spaces isn't good enough. You need to see the way they're swarming now.
Yes.
So they have to move as a unit and communicate as a unit.
That's what I was talking about as well, about going up a level. Kilkerrin, I think you have to learn at this level, and they lost a few years to Mourneabbey, and then they got there, and Kilmacutter at that level too. They swarm, that's a good word to use, but they can't give up easy kickouts like that to Nicola Ward. And here comes Nicola again, running at Niamh Henderson, and has to come back out this time and gives it to Aisling Madden around there. And it's a game of patience now, but they are very good at running in and out, swarming as you say, and then going for the space, and that's exactly what Hannah Noon has done, and she gives it in. But they will come back out if they need to. They'll have lots of support, and they'll be very, very comfortable on the ball. Kilkerrin and Clonberne, they know each other so well, and they will pass you to death, Emma, to be honest. Yeah,
but that's all about the patience now. But I'd say they've learnt too, because at times when you have the ball too long, you try to force it. So they have probably built that bit of maturity and experience now, that they're just going to continue to keep it and try to draw the foul, where Clann will maybe get frustrated and try to put the hand in because they don't get the ball quick enough.
Well, they're being patient at the moment, but here comes the run now from Louise Ward, but it's well tracked, to be fair, and that was really good defending to stop that, because otherwise Louise Ward will run right through you. But that was good defending. I'm trying to see who it was. I
think it's Megan McCann.
Was it Megan? No, it was number 8 actually. It was Kate Toe. Well, I thought it was her, but I didn't want to guess. And there's the patience from Kilkerrin, and they did get their score. And let's have another look at it there, Emma, as we see it coming through. Well, you have Siobhan and Olivia, and that was a good score. That was really well taken. 1-0. There you see how this game is going to be. It's going to be, as you said, Emma, a tactical battle. But Clann get possession now with Erin Malanphy, who, as you said, has come out to right half to do a marking job on Lindsay Noon, and they're flyers. Look.
Kate Toe won that kick out very well there as well. So
hold on, there's Niamh Coleman has the ball now, vice captain of the team, and she's faced up by Siobhan Dively. This is Niamh Henderson now, just too far from goal, faced up by Nicola Ward. The run across now is by Emer McConaughey, and that's a good effort by her, is it? No, it's just gone to the right, and it's gone wide. And maybe you see there the differences in the attacks.
Yep, they're just not being patient enough and trying to get into. So that's 2 now that have just dropped. If they would get a bit more patience, maybe take another 5 yards in or an extra pass and get a bit more. They need that 1 score to settle them.
And there you go again. Nicola Ward has done exactly what she did the last time, and Niamh hasn't followed her.
It's just going wing to wing. Now, Niamh went a bit, but if you're going to go, if
Exactly,
they know Louise or Nicola is going to go for it, she needs to be tighten her straight away. Don't allow her to run for it and force them to look at another option.
Well, that's twice that it's happened, and she has followed a bit, but not enough. It's like she's left it to the number 12, and it just hasn't worked. And they've got possession both times. They took so long before they got their score, but you're better doing that than kicking two wides.
Oh, it took too long there. No movement. Now, we did have a bit of movement here by one of the Nuns on the wing, but it was near enough too far away, because we said they are against a bit of a breeze here. Kilkerrin as well, so they do have to be a bit more patient in the kick of the ball. But again, it shows their maturity that they don't want to kick it and force it. But again, they took too long, and now it's been overturned. It's a chance here for Clann.
But that one is a poor ball, and that's going to be eaten up by Nicola Ward in there. And really, that's the sort of ball that you don't see Kilkerrin, Clonberne do. You know, they will give it short. They'll make absolutely sure. That was a 50-50 kind of ball over the head of the player, and that is, to be honest, it's a sign of a little bit of immaturity at this level. Hannah Noon now going down the left-hand side, and she's been tracked by the number 10, Aoibhinn Donoghue. Coming inside is Chloe Miskell, and that's a good ball in as well, and they're looking for their second score. This is Morrissey, and she's fouled there. The referee had given a bit of advantage, and again, you see, when they attack, they are so sharp, and they go direct, and they all support each other so well. Yeah,
it was just a slight pull in the arm there, and Clodagh, to be honest, will be probably annoyed at herself for giving away that easy free. Now, we're saying it easy, there's a slight wind there, but it's close enough that you'd expect Olivia de Villiers to just tap it over the bar.
Yeah, just nails.
So we don't curse her.
No,
yep, there we go.
A new all-star a couple of weeks ago, Olivia de Villiers, super player. But you know what I mean about the pace and the directness on the support play in the attack, whereas at the other end we had a couple of shots and they were just sort of from distance and didn't reach. And that's just what Kilkerrin have. But let's see if Clann can settle a little bit and get into their rhythm. Toe plays it up looking for Cassie Henderson, who I told you about before the match, and she just pops it in and looks for McConaughey, and she gets away from her marker and then has to come back, and look, a hand in there by Chloe Costello, nearly stole the ball back. Very disciplined defending from Kilkerrin Clonberne, and now it's Coleman coming back. And Emma, you wanted to say something?
If they had got their head up there, Tierna Grimes was making a great burst to the back post, and her defender was a couple of yards off. It was a goal chance if they had got their head up.
Well, they're trying to play it in there now, and they do. This is a chance of a point, at least for Henderson. And they have got their first score. Big roar from the home crowd. They really, really needed that, and it's good to get that score.
Let's hope they'll settle here now. And you can see that Henderson is now tight to Nicola. There she is. Maybe a wee foul there too, but at the same time, they've clicked on. She needs to get tight and make them go elsewhere.
Absolutely. I'd say there was a quiet word from the sideline from Greg about that one.
I don't know if Greg does quiet. But
it didn't happen once, it happened twice. You can't do it 3 times at this level. This is Eva Noon running.
Dervla Coleman got a good hand in there.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is Dervla now on toe and getting it to Aoibhinn Donoghue. She's just 17. What a player she is. She scored a goal last year here. I think it was against Money Glass. This is Cassie Henderson. So they've more than their fair share of teenagers here. Great talent coming through. This is Niamh Coleman giving it out to Kate Toe. She was an All-Star nominee this year as well. Erin Malanafe is right, but where's the support now? They need to get players around her. They need to be able to make the runs. If 2 players over the far side, maybe they're better going over that side. McConaughey from Queen's University as well. Her favourite player is Noelle Healy. She'd be the kind of player who would unlock this kind of defence, and that might bounce all the way. No, it doesn't. It takes a bad bounce. I thought it might be difficult for the keeper, but Tierna Grimes just dropped it in, and she took some great scores in the Ulster final, but that's 2 or 3 times that they just haven't connected really for some reason, and they're not getting the same height on their kicks as they did then. And now Kilkerrin are able to counter attack with Olivia de Villiers.
And Clann keeping Niamh Henderson in the full forward line now. She did make a couple of good runs there, but again, I think that's what Tierna Grimes. She was caught in 2 minds, whether to shoot or get the pass into Niamh, and it didn't work out. She just needs to make that decision. Now, the pass should have went into Niamh long before that. It was on, but again, the heads are down.
I imagine Niamh Henderson staying in there to try and keep Nicola Ward up that end of the pitch.
Yeah, but Gormley's just took her. Or no, they've moved out. So Nicola.
And here they come, going for the ball. The 2 of them, and a little push there. Kevin Phelan's too cute for that, too experienced the referee for that. And again, Niamh just needs to get out in front. Nicola Ward is very, very quick, and she loves to attack the ball. This is Hannah Noon now. And she loves to attack as well. Look at that. She saw a bit of space there and she's gone into it and she's still going. Great pace. She's now looking for the ball off the shoulder. Who is running? And it's Dively running, and she is going from right to left. You see the diagonal runs are also creative, and when there's nothing on, they come back out to Siobhan Dively. And there's another sister. There's Niamh Dively as well. This
a lot
is
of
Louise.
family ties here.
Oh, stop. Sure, on both sides, I suppose. Now, this is a good run by Niamh Dively. Here she is, and she leaves it out, and will they get a score? This is similar to the first one. She didn't connect, though. Poor connection, and they get away with that one. It remains 2 points to 1.
See Clonberne all tucking in here for their kick out, and then the last couple of kick outs they've had, the two midfielders all burst onto the same wing to try and overload. Here we see Niamh Coleman trying to do the same, but Siobhan's went with her. Yep, but she's no support here this time, whereas before Kate Toe went and Niamh. Oh, this could be a yellow card. It was pretty high, and
I know, yeah, it was, wasn't it? Let's look at it again there. It was one of those ones. She's obviously saying that was accidental, but she still connected, and that was loose, and she did connect around the head, and you're probably right. This is probably a yellow, so that's a bit of a disaster for them early on. But that overload, I thought you meant they were going to overload on one side and then go the other side.
No, they've been there. She's off. She's away running already to the side. Now, again, one of the key things that referees have been looking out for has been the high tackles this year. So again, once you put your hand in there, you're running a high risk. Now, what are they going to do? I see number 13 has come out a wee bit there, and they're just going to leave Niamh Murray in. So again, 10 minutes of high pressure. We know Kilkerrin's going to try and punish them now. Yeah,
they're going to have to sit in. They're 2 points to 1 down, but Kilkerrin could punish them in this next 10 minutes with that extra player. They could make it tell. So it's going to be really hard for Clann to get up the field. Dively gives it into Noon. And I'm probably right at guessing that, even if I don't know who it is, because there's 3 Noons out there and 3 Divelies.
Yeah, just say one or the other.
Yeah. Well, of course, like Clann have the McCambridges and Clodagh and Maeve, and their brother, of course, is Barry, who won an All-Star this year as well, so lots of family connections there with the Colemans, the Henderson. In fact, Niamh Henderson is an auntie of Cassie Henderson, number 22. This is Niamh Coleman, one of the vice-captains on the Clann team. And you see the way Kilkerrin are just sitting in there, remember? They're not even attacking the ball, really. They're all just going, we just sit here. Very, very patient. They just know each other so well. They know their game.
Yeah, I think they're just clogging the middle and hoping. But if you look now, there is nobody in the full forward line to even make the defence think, I need to sit back here. So they know they've no danger because they're all just a bit static, and that was an easily cut out ball. But the first ball into Niamh Murray was brilliant. She got it, but there was only the one person there in support that she couldn't even turn and go. But we know as well, Niamh Murray is both footed, so why did she not take the girl on and swing on it if it was a 1v1?
Well, I did say they're good starters, Clann, but that has not been the case today. They're up against the juggernaut, the 3-time All-Ireland champions Kilkerrin, Clonberne, and they're now a player down as well. How many times have we seen this number 7, Hannah Noon, make ground up this side of the pitch? They really need to start tracking her. Aisling Madden now, who slips but is going to come back out, and they've just so much time on the ball, and Clann, they're sitting off their players as well. Maybe they need to engage a little bit more, but here comes Nicola to her sister Louise. This is trademark, the Ward twins, and now Nicola, is she going to put it over? Of course she is. A brilliant score by the 2024 Players Player of the Year. The 2 Wards, the twins there, that is a twin threat, and that is it materialising.
Yeah, I think the difference there is that obviously they know each other inside out, but at the same time they're giving and going at speed that Clann can't get the hands on them because of the running that they're doing. If you're running at speed, it's hard to break down the tackle, whereas Clann very static and side to side. They need to go at them and maybe draw a foul or two.
I'd say they've done that weave right since they were about 3 years old.
Exactly, in the back garden with the tree, never mind a tackler.
So no, they're terrific, and they just, that's what I was saying about Clann sitting off a little bit deep. They maybe need to engage to pressure them before they're allowed to do that kind of thing. But that is a point now for the 15 players against the 14. They have taken it to 3-1, and they are just starting for me to control the proceedings here. It's easy to do when you're 15 against 14, but I think they were starting to control it anyway. Clann with just 1 point after 13 minutes, and the crowd a little bit muted as well. But this is what Kilkerrin, Clonberne do. Niamh Dively coming forward and giving it to her sister, and they are now combining down there, and this is Olivia Dively leaving it off for Miskell, and the shot comes in, and a really good score again. They're just so patient and so clinical.
Yeah, but if you look at as well, Clann shaped, everybody is dropping back, but the more you drop back, the more you're allowing the cornerbacks, halfbacks, whatever, to attack you as well. So Niamh Deville there got up the wing because her player was up sitting. So they maybe need to get a couple of their forwards back into some sort of structure and shape to give them a bit of outlet and to make the other team think as well.
I think part of that is that they're down to 14 as well, and they're immediately thinking, "Oh, crikey, we need to sort of tighten up here at the back." But they're maybe being too cautious, and here come Kilkerrin, Clonberne, and already it's starting to look a little bit ominous for Clann the way that Kilkerrin have got into their stride. And here comes the cornerback Chloe Costello. Is it Costello or Costello? There's different ways of doing it. You're doing Divily different than me as well.
We're all doing something different. Now, I think Cassie did get the ball fairly there. It was just the way she spun into her. It was a bit of a head knock, but again, I don't think it was a free. I think he just blew it up because it was a head.
Let's have another look at it then. And comes in.
Chloe did well there to get the hand
Here.
in.
Oh, that was a tough.
So it was
tough
just she hit her hips.
That's a sore one. I remember seeing that in the Sigerson Cup final a long time ago, and Morris Fitzgerald didn't know where he was for the rest of the game. That is a sore one, but I think you're right, and that would have been a disaster to go down to 13.
Yeah.
So we're at the quarter stage, almost in the game, and Clann at home have just got the 1 point in the game so far. Good starters up to now, but Kilkerrin, they're just a bit of a machine. Last year they beat Ballymac in the final. They scored 18 points in that game. They're so patient and so creative, and they all know where they are. And the likes of Louise will just drift out and drag players all over the place. They really have perfected this game and this level of football. As I say, 2019 they lost to Mourneabbey, but 2021 they beat Mourneabbey, they beat Donamoyne. The next year they beat Ballymac. Then they beat Donamoyne again. They beat Kilmacud last year. They beat Ballymac in the final.
All big names.
Yeah, and they've learned how to win at this level, and I think that's so important. You know, as the sun really comes out strongly here, it will be in the eyes of the Galway goalkeeper Lisa Murphy if they can get it up there.
Yeah, I think Clann too are maybe being a bit cautious and trying not to concede any goals when they're player down, and that's why they're trying to clog spaces. But at the same time, if they get too many points on the board, it's still going to be hard to break them down.
Absolutely. This is Coleman, Dervla Coleman, changing direction here. Clann could do with a little bit of a spark from somewhere. This is Cassie Henderson. She spreads it over to the left. There's lots of room here, but that's because Kilkerrin have stepped off a little bit. But how many times have they done that, Emma, where they've nipped in and won the ball, and then they're going to hit them on the transition, and they're really dragging Clann up the pitch, and Clann don't seem to have as many ideas when they get up there, and then they're getting punished. But that's good by Grania Carville to get out in front of Chloe Miskell, who has been getting on a lot of ball. This is better, but this is the area here for me that Clann are struggling with. They're getting possession here. Kilkerrin are letting them have it, but they're picking them off so easily.
Yes, but if you look behind the play, all the Clann girls are working that hard to get back. They're not able to get forward to support the play. So it's going to come down to fitness here to Clann as well.
This is Murray going for it. That's a decent effort from her. If it goes over, that's a brilliant effort from her. Well, I was saying there that it keeps breaking down, but on that occasion they just give it direct into Niamh, and she did what she did in the Ulster final, 7 points from play that day, and that's much better. And sometimes when they got their 2 scores, they appeared rather easily taken, so maybe it's easier than we're thinking.
Yeah, but again, Kilkerrin were possibly expecting her to pass it off, whereas now they have to go at them and give them a few things to think about.
Yeah, when they're coming forward, they're a little bit one-dimensional. There isn't sort of that creativity and directness that Kilkerrin have in that support play, but I think that comes with playing at this level. This is now McConaughey, though. They have got possession there from the turnover. Another score here would get the crowd going and get them back within a point, but that kick is, well, it's going to end up in a free, actually, which is a good chance for them to get a score, 2 points in a minute. Well, I said they needed a spark from somewhere, and maybe they've just got that spark as we look at it again.
So it was McConaughey got fouled just as she kicked the ball. But again, that all came from the work rate of Aoibhinn Donoghue. She turned over that kick out, and then it was her that passed the ball off to McConaughey for the free. So that is O'Donoghue, the youngster, stepping up and trying to just grab this game by the scruff to get Clonberne back into it. Now, again, it's 4-2. We're saying get back into it. They're not miles out of grasp, so if this here could put a point into it.
And 2 points with the player off the field is excellent, and Niamh takes that one, and it is a score, and it is back to 4-3. To be honest, I don't think McConaughey was going to score, and I think she was shooting from the wrong angle there. You needed to work that in, but she was maybe lucky that she got fouled. Let's look at this kick out again, but of course they have an extra player.
They're just allowing
here.
them to get it here.
Yeah, there's no point pressing.
And the referee's just saying, make sure you start from outside the D. You don't want to give away a foul. So at least he's warned them there. They didn't do it now, but it's just a.
I'll say Kilkerrin would be a bit annoyed there, Emma, actually conceding those 2 points with an extra player. It's not like them at all. Here comes Nicola Ward now, easily gets around one player. Look at her pace and the way she shrugs one player out of the way and then slips it through to Aisling Madden, and she's got a run here, and she should be able to take a point. They're trying to converge, and she might even go for goal. Oh, she's got the goal. That was far, far too easy from a Clann point of view. But the 15 players of Kilkerrin Clonberne have told, and it was brilliant work from the back from the player of the year, leaving it off, and Madden with a low finish. Great goal.
Yeah, but I think the middle was left too wide open, but again, you have to look at Eilish Morrissey. She played a key role there. She dragged Clodagh McCambridge out of the full back line to create that space for Aisling to run through, and they just couldn't get across then to cover it. But as I said, Clann were trying to stop Kilkerrin getting the goal whenever they were a player down, and they've only not long left until Niamh Coleman's back on. After getting them 2 brilliant points to get back in, they concede a goal straight from the kick out. Greg will be disappointed in that one.
Do you know the exact same thing happened, Emma, last year against Ballymac? They took Clodagh out as well because they knew she's an amazing player. She's had 2 All-Star nominations in a row. They took her out of the way, and my goodness, the space there in the middle. I mean, you can't at this level, at any level, let somebody just run right through you from midfield.
No, definitely not. But again, that all came from Nicola Ward going at speed, not allowing Clann to set up that big crowded defence. Yeah,
they're so effective when they get possession, and yet they have to let them have possession. They're sort of caught between 2 stools at the minute, Clann. At least if they get up to 15, they can press a bit better. But I just feel at the minute that they're sort of feeling this is a bit of a repeat of last year, and they look a little bit resigned, if that's the right word at this point. They just don't seem to have the spark, and they're just struggling to contain the energy and the creativity of this Kilkerrin Clonberne team who are playing the way they play, from winning so many games over the years, and so many Galways, so many Connachts, and All Irelands as well. What a final it will be if they get through to play Kilmacud, but Clann will be hoping to upset that. But here comes the runners again. They're so good at running and then creating a little bit of space, and somebody breaks the line, and that's what happened before, and they've so many players who can do it. Oh, brilliant ball over the top from Louise Ward, and it was such a simple one as well, but she got it over the top to Eva Noon, and she knows not to just shoot from distance, not to let it drop into the keeper's arms, but to feed it back out again. And Olivia Dively, who's played for many years for Galway and Kilkerrin Clonberne, and never wastes the ball. And now they come back out to Madden, who got the goal. I mean, you expect the likes of Wards and Dively's, or a Noon, and then Aisling Madden comes through and gets the goal. They're all so comfortable equally. This is Hannah Noon again, driving at the defence, just creating a little bit of space, and there's always somebody there. That was her sister Lindsay, waiting to just take it up and move it. They move it so quickly, and they move it from side to side, and Clann here, you feel, are just struggling to get across and to contain this team. They just can't hold them. Look at the quick passing as well. It really is a lesson on how to play the game at this level. This is Morrissey. Again, quick hands. Olivia Dively. How many players have been involved in this move already? And look, they also have 3 or 4 players waiting to take part, and Siobhan Dively comes forward, and it's back with Lindsay Noon now. Who's going to take the score? This phase has been going on, it seems, for ages, and eventually it is Hannah Noon, but she drops it into the keeper's arms. After that big build-up, they did mess it up at the end.
Yeah, so again, they probably wouldn't be happy with themselves at that, but again, Clann didn't foul, which was good, and they didn't concede the score, but at the same time, they're sitting off. They need to get out and get hands on them girls.
I think they're afraid to go forward because they get picked off over their heads, you know.
Yeah,
they're just a little bit sort of standoffish.
They're a bit hesitant in stepping out in case they just sidestep around them, but again, there should be good enough players now to do it.
Yeah,
now,
maybe just
Niamh Murray should be fouled
oh,
there.
That's a foul, definitely.
Yeah.
They're maybe just paying them too much respect.
Exactly.
So they need to get in and get at them, you know. Here comes the extra player back on. You see her speeding down the left. She's going, I'm back, give it to me.
She'll be looking to make up for it. She'll be
absolutely
disappointed in herself. Niamh would be obviously netballer now, she'll be pretty into the professional mode that she will be annoyed at herself for the high tackle. But again, I think it's the height as well with her.
So it was 1, I think, when she went off, and it's now 4. The goal obviously was the big score, but at least Clann got a couple of points from their point of view. But Kilkerrin, Clonberne still very much, and there's a really loose ball again. And you know, I was giving credit to Kilkerrin, Clonberne, but that was just coughed up far too easily. That was a poor error for Clann, to be completely frank. And they just cannot afford to do that, and it's given Kilkerrin, Clonberne a chance to come forward and another phase, so they could have the ball up here for 2 or 3 minutes the way that they play. And we're now 23 minutes in, and it's 1-4-2-3. If you want to message me at all, you can on Instagram at JeromeQuinn1 or on Twitter at JeromeQuinn. If there's anything you need to say in the proceedings so far, feel free to do it there, and I'll keep an eye on that. And the game just sort of slows down like this. It becomes pedestrian. It's one team just standing off and the other team saying, well, we'll just do what we want here.
Yeah, I think Kilkerrin are just a bit more patient, that they'll get the line up, know that they've the width, give to Nicola. Nicola run at them. She's getting advantage, but she still has those runners coming off the shoulder. Will she pop it? There we go. Again, it's the run at speed.
And Noon with a
Dropping
shot.
in.
Well, that's 2. They've dropped into the arms, though. They'll not be happy
the
with
same
that.
girl, was it? No, it was the sister.
No, it was the 7. It was
Yeah.
the other sister, Hannah. But yeah, their management won't be happy with that. But
Oh.
I guess we'll give credit as well to Clann. They're going to get a free from that as well. We'll give it credit to them. Now, to me, the next 5 minutes is crucial here. They have the 15 players again. If they can force this in the last 5 minutes and get a score or 2, or certainly not let the gap widen. That's crucial. This is Cassie Henderson, the 15-year-old, playing really deep. I thought she'd be more up around the middle or in the forwards, but she is playing quite deep in defence. But these players from Kilkerrin, Clonberne, I think the word is mature. They're so mature as players, and they've been playing with each other so long. But that, just as I say, they've given it back to Clann to Cassie Henderson, but they need now to come forward. But look, she's on her own here. There's nobody near her. The rest of the players are going, away you go. They don't seem to be coming forward in numbers, but there's a ball over the top, and it's gone to Niamh Murray. If she can get there first, the wind is just going to carry it through to Lisa Murphy.
Now, if they had got their head up as well, Niamh Coleman was burst in the gut there, up the middle of the pitch, that it maybe would have been a better option, because that ball over the top with the wind, at least Niamh would have been maybe a better angle to get onto it. But again,
you don't see Kilkerrin hitting that kind of ball.
No,
they're carrying it. They're not looking for that big ball, you know.
And again, there is a slight breeze helping Clann, so the wind never wins you a game. But you can see that Kilkerrin, they're benefiting from unforced errors that Clann killing
there's
themselves
another one.
with.
That's an unforced error.
It's just lucky, that one.
I know, but it was just we've seen a few of them that's been sort of hit at head level or higher, and they've just been spilled. But Niamh Murray is starting to have a bit of joy there against Sarah Gormley, and again, as I say it goes the other way. That was a bit obvious, but yeah, that ball over the top nearly worked for them. And
that was a bit of a needless foul as well for Niamh. Now they've just got the ball to work it out, whereas if she had let Gormley get it and cornered her in, she could have possibly got her for over carrying or something like that. But now they've just got the ball, and it's an easy way out, putting pressure on their defence again.
Yeah, just forcing it, I guess, which is a natural kind of instinct, but that's going back to the point I made about maturity. And look where Chloe Miskell is here. She's been up in the corner forward, and she's able to come out. They just go around.
I think they're rotating around.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. Yeah,
but if you
really
look too, Clodagh's been dragged out again, so Clodagh's trying to walk in a bit, but Morrissey's smart enough that she'll go in with her, and then she'll drag her out again, so Clodagh thinks she's getting the ball.
And here comes Louise Wards. Gives it back to Dively, and I thought there was going to be a score there, but they've just slowed down again, and they'll just take their time again and just work another situation. But yeah, I see what you mean. Clodagh McCambridge is very close to Ailish Morrissey, and they are around the middle, but Ailish's runs are very clever.
Yeah, but it's just that we know Clodagh could get that last second block if they were getting in for goal. Look at this, Ailish is pulled away
Nicola
from Clodagh.
Ward again coming in, and she'll try to fist this over the bar, and she does. And what can you do about that sort of pace? I mean, it's been evident since the first 2 minutes, even from winning the kickouts, what Nicola Ward can do.
Yep. If we look at it too, what Kilkerrin have had 2 balls drop short. We said there, Olivia Dively, we thought maybe should swing on it, but again, they're playing smart. They know their range, so they're not going to lose the ball without getting their score or getting into a proper angle, especially with that bit of a breeze against them. So Aoibhinn O'Donoghue has actually been one of the stronger ball carriers here and better in the decision making for Clann.
This is Malanafi now, and there's a ball inside if she can get it to McConaughey. She does, and she gives it back, or rather that was Maeve McCambridge, and she's giving it back out. This is now McConaughey.
Another
again
unforced error.
It breaks down time and time again, yeah. This is Niamh Dively.
But if we look at that attack, all Clann were in one big straight line. There was no angles or running with intent to make the defence actually think, I need to go with her. So they just set up and picked them off a bit like the rugby yesterday.
Yeah, well, look at the angles that they're playing at here. They just go inside, leave it off. But there's always somebody there who instinctively knows to be there. That's the key thing. Caitlin Mee, number 5, involved there. Haven't mentioned her before, but she obviously is coming in. But they just play as a team. It doesn't really matter who gets it. This is Lindsay now.
It's constant crisscrossing and angles and movement, because if they're doing that, they're making Clann defence move. So if you're not making them move, then you're not making them think, so it's easier. So that is how Kilkerrin is doing this. So Louise Ward's going wide, they off slip into the centre. I think is that Siobhan Dively.
Yeah. After the little sort of pass back.
Clodagh's
And here comes
now
Morrissey
out,
now, who's
so
shrugged off Clodagh McCambridge, and she stepped through a few challenges, and I think the referee has let that go, and as a dangerous shot, oh no, has it gone in? That's a disaster for Clann. But the referee, well, there's a bit of sort of conversation out the field, but I think that's going to be allowed. That's an awful blow for Clann, but a brilliant moment for Kilkerrin to score, and it was Morrissey who just burst into life there, threw a few tackles, and she just went for it in the corner, and unfortunately I have to say that goes down as a goalkeeper's mistake too.
Yep, she went with her feet instead of just getting her body behind it. So again, it's a big blow with a minute to go until half time.
Yeah, and it was just, as I say, we haven't seen much of Morrissey. She's sort of been cancelling Clodagh McCambridge out, but she burst into life there. Here they come again. It's 2-5 to 3, and the gap is there now, and it's looking ominous as she gets it out to Chloe Miskill now. And Miskill says, well, that's not on, so I'll just come back out again. 30 seconds left in the first half, and Kilkerrin have...
Say there might be 1 minute injury time,
yeah,
as we had a couple of wee head injuries, and
the
sin bin just, so...
And look, they've so many options. And
they're
through again. It's Madden looking for a second. Well, I thought she was going to get a second goal there, but again, they're just slicing through. They're so slow and so thoughtful in what they're doing, and they wait for a runner, and it could come from anywhere. That's the problem for Clann. It could be Madden, it could be the half back, it could be anything. But again, they just are getting through far too easily. That could have been goal number 3.
It's the running off the shoulder and just the wee pop pass at speed. You can't cut that out. And then the wee sidestep, it cuts them out. Keeper did well there to come out to close the space. But again, Madden, you could probably say she's a midfielder. She didn't want to step around and try to take it. Whereas if it had to be Morrissey or one of the Divilies, you probably would have expected them, or Nunes even, to just the wee sidestep around, keep her and tap it into the net. But again, a point is a good going here for Kilkerrin. So 12 to 3.
3 goals in it, you don't come back from that against a team like this, from what I've seen over the years, to be honest. So
yeah, and in ladies football, goals can come easy, but not if you're defence like that. But again, Clann forward line haven't thrown any questions at Kilkerrin. They haven't been running at them. They haven't been getting the ball in quick enough. So we all know Greg hopefully has a plan in place that his team talk is going to maybe give them a wee bit of a rattle. Again, maybe they're giving him a bit too much respect, but they're looking pretty tired here. They've put a shift in.
That's what I was thinking.
It's
They've been dragged up and down the pitch.
Yeah,
you know?
It's winter football. The pitch is still going to be heavy, whether it's your home pitch or not. A pitch is a pitch. So it's going to drag legs out. You can see some girls starting to tire, especially the forwards that are working back so much to go again.
Well, yeah, they've been chasing. They've been chasing the entire half, it would seem, and look, they're still chasing them again. That tires you out.
Yeah, if you have the ball all the time and you're on top, you're not going to get tired. If you're constantly chasing and you're behind the game, your head's going to go, and if your head goes, your legs go. So it's just a battle now in your head. Is this really what we are? Can we step up? Now we can see that Dervla Coleman has swapped over now to Mark Hannah Noon. Hannah Noon was on a lot of ball and has been doing a lot of dangerous stuff. So we'll see if that makes any difference.
They're just so comfortable in the ball, and you see there with Sarah Gormley as well, 3 players around her, and she was able to play it. Here they come once again, Hannah Noon.
And Dervla just gave her far too much space there. You'd nearly think Clann afraid to go one-on-one.
They keep winning their 1-to-1 battles, Kilkerrin, Clonberne, and she shoots a little bit ambitiously
did have advantage.
there.
I think the hand went down there.
The referee is blowing for half time, and it's been a tough half for Clann. And you know, to put it into some sort of perspective, Kilkerrin, Clonberne, who are even quick running in at half time, have won the last 3 senior All-Irelands. They are at such a level. They're a fantastic team. And Clonberne only won their first Ulster last year, and to me you can see that gap there. I said at the start of the game, you need to learn at this level, but it's such a hard thing to do against a team like this.
Yes, it's a learning curve, but again, we're saying about Kilkerrin, some of them are running in there. That's a mental thing too. Look at them, they're still full of beans, and whereas the rest are kind of walking
I
off
thought
with
I
heads
imagined
down.
it, and then I saw that the rest of them were as well. They were all doing it.
Unless there's something really nice in the changing room that they want to get first bagsy off, sweets or something. But again, Clann themselves will be disappointed of how that game went. They were a player down for 10 minutes and they actually scored 3 points in that 10 minutes. They had to concede their first goal from a kick out, which they ran straight through the middle. Now, we can say that Nicola Ward has played a key part in this. Every time she bursts from the centre half back line, they're breaking the lines at speed and they're getting scores from it. Whenever the Clann set up their wall, they're dragging all their forwards back, but then once they overturn them, they're too tired to get up. And I think that tiredness is causing a lot of unforced errors that then Kilkerrin are getting the ball and going at them again.
But Emma, it's not news that Nicola Ward is a good player and that she was going to play the way she played, and they let her have possession so easy earlier on and they got their tails up.
Yeah, it is hard to do. So did it change it then that to get somebody just to stick with Nicola Ward? I know she's a defender, but again, if a defender's going to tag, it should be once they get the ball, somebody needs to tag her and maybe leave Niamh Henderson in full forward, because a couple of balls went into her and we know Niamh can get ball. Niamh Murray's starting to come into it a bit, but again, if the ball is going to be in the other half, she needs support up there. So again, it's going to be interesting to see what Greg is going to do. He's going to make any changes. There was a couple of girls looking a bit leggy there, but again, you are going to get leggy running up and down a pitch chasing a game, and the confidence is going to go as well. I'm just hoping now that they come out and actually go at it. They should have nothing to fear now. They're playing the current 3-time All-Ireland champions, so just go 3 in a row, even not even 3-time, which means how, like, you could see that Kilkerrin are learning as the game goes.
Amy Mackin
yeah.
in the crowd.
So Kilkerrin's learning as the game goes. They know if they break at speed, Clonberne can't set up their defence. Whereas Clonberne should be saying the same. We need to go at speed here. We need to go together, support each other.
They need Amy Mackin.
Every team would be saying the same there. So there would be.
All right, we'll take a break there and we'll be back in about 5 or 6 minutes' time with the second half. The only people wanting to come out for the second half are the officials. Owen O'Neill there, Kevin Phelan, the man in charge. They are Leinster guys from Kildare and Laois respectively. And Kevin, I noticed, nice solo as well. He can play a bit. He went into the dressing rooms there to try and get the players to come out. There's obviously a lot of talking being done in there at half time for different reasons. And as you see, he's all on his own. Still no sign. I'm looking over to the far side. Emma Kelly is with me. And Emma, you were saying just before we left about what they needed to do. Greg needs a plan B. But it's very, very hard against a team like this to come up with something like that. And you were saying they should switch it up a bit. They did sort of bomb a couple of balls in, but then the wind carried it. Now they're playing into the wind the second half. It's just going to be, I feel, a tough second half for the home team.
Yeah, I think they need to come out with a bit of belief in themselves. They didn't go player to player, but again, what's the worst could happen? There's Clonberne coming out now. Again, yes, they have a wee bit of a breeze now against them, but they need more movement in the forward line. They could go that Niamh Henderson is up there by herself, or maybe isolate Niamh Murray, but you need to get the ball in and then have the support runners off the shoulder. Bit like what Kilkerrin were doing. Kilkerrin were getting the ball in and then having that burst of speed and be a bit more patient. So Kilkerrin rarely gave up a shot there. The 2 or 3 that dropped short, and I think they'd 1 wide, whereas Clann forced a couple. So they need just to get their heads up and have a bit of belief in themselves. Maybe take them on. There hasn't been many frees in round their scoring zone. So maybe if they take them on, then they'll get a couple of frees for the tackle coming in, but they need to look after the ball. A lot of unforced errors, which I'm sure Greg has went through them about, because all well and good if somebody overturns you from being a brilliant tackle, but if you're just kicking the ball away.
There was an awful lot of soft possession coughed up, and it was almost like they were afraid to take them on, and there were a lot of kick passing from short distances, which can be so inaccurate, and that happened a lot for me, and they killed themselves, you know.
Yeah, either through the hands or a quick kick pass that's out in front and at speed. No point doing wee short kick passes. Get the hands going and go at them. But again, I think they're caught in 2 minds. Maybe they were just going, maybe a too much respect for Kilkerrin. So it is. So
but now the word is like, there's nothing to lose.
There's
you may as well go at them,
Yeah.
So if you're going to lose, go at it and have a go. Surely, But it's easier saying that than doing it out there. And Kilkerrin, you feel as if you could throw anything at them and they'd still cope.
Yeah, as we said though, Kilkerrin have been here numerous times. They've learned from it each time, and it's up to Clann now to go at them and see what can they learn from this. Can they learn anything and take from it for the next time? This is where they need to go at it and see what they're capable of themselves.
Well, Siobhan Dively won that ball and give it to Louise Ward, and now to Olivia Dively, and the brilliant run inside by Eva Noon should end up in a score, and that's just a textbook score to start the second half. And to me, lovely short, crisp passing, support play, but the run inside there from Eva Noon, Emma Kelly, I have to say, it was a bit like Saka playing for Arsenal, coming off the line and just making it so difficult for the defence. And that score in that first 20 seconds or so has summed up why, for me, they are doing so well today.
Yeah, but it was all about the angle there, and it was a brilliant finish by Morrissey. So Clann won the kick out, and I think it was Roisin Mullen that carried it out, and luckily enough they got their free there, because if they didn't, Kilkerrin were on the break.
I knew I'd get Saka in somewhere,
I was going to say you must have been watching the game too much.
I was. Well, I watch all the games that they play, but yeah, he's something else, and it was just that angle you were talking about, but it definitely worked. So a point there, and it just sort of puts down a marker right at the start of the second half to say, yep, that's what we can do. And then we'll just sit back and stop you getting through. But Aisling Donoghue is trying to get through. Now Niamh Henderson, a lovely ball. This is much better. Driven over the bar by Maeve McCambridge, the McCambridge sisters in this game today. And that's a great impact for them. And that's much, much more like it.
It came from being a bit sharper and a bit more movement. Now they did have advantage for a foul on Henderson or Donoghue there, but again Nicola Ward went for that kick out and Niamh just fouled her. Yes, it meant she couldn't break, but at the same time you knew it was going to Nicola, so try and get to the advantage that you can't run to the wing, force her come inside where the crowd is.
That was the kind of ball you'd expect the likes of the Wards to do in the first half, so it was good to see that Clann can do it as well. So 1 point each at the start of the second half, and that'll give them a bit of a lift. I just feel around the ground here you can feel the crowd a little bit lifted by that, and they've just got a little bit more energy now, Clann, and think, well, okay, maybe we can do that. And that's exactly what we were saying, Emma, like, go at them, have a go. and see what can come off it and support each other, you know. Don't be doing the wee dinky passes, just go out, go for it. And it's an injury. She's hurt herself there, Roisin Mulligan.
Yeah,
as we watch it
I think
again
her
here.
face hit Louise's nose, or Louise's knee, sorry.
Oh, that is a sore one. Oh dear.
I think it was a loose toe tap there allowed Louise to come
Yeah.
in for the challenge in the first place. Again, an unforced error. But they were moving a bit more comfortably on the ball, and she was going to take her on. It was just that 1 second that she took their eye off the ball that she lost control of it. But that all came from Kilkerrin, from that foul at the far side on Nicola Ward and Eve Henderson. It was the first time that we'd seen it. Kilkerrin literally just kicked it away, and Clann then overturned it. And you're kind of going, was that maybe not compensating enough for the wee bit of a breeze there was, or is Kilkerrin just trying to play it too much safer, trying to go for the juggernaut too quickly? So it'll be interesting to see. There's a hot ball here, because I think Louise just picked the ball up once Roisin injured herself. So
I'm smelling soup. Are you smelling soup?
yeah,
Must be these houses behind us here. Somebody must be having
their starter.
the Sunday dinner. I think we'll maybe go over. It'll be in time for the main course.
So this
We're
is a
very
free,
tight here in the housing estate in this
free to
area.
Niamh Murray. I don't
I'm
know.
talking about cooking and you
I
want to
know.
talk about football.
I have to keep my mind off it here. So do.
You hungry?
So Niamh Murray, I think she's a bit far out. She needs somebody to go short. The wind's against her. We'll
Steal
see.
a yard or two as they do. And she's
got it. Dropping.
Oh, yeah. Told you.
Just over the
By
bar
an
there.
inch.
Now that came from Dervla Coleman winning the hot ball
Yeah.
and then getting a foul. But again, that's
2-1.
another score there. So again, they need to turn this over. So we'll see where the kick out. You can see Nicola Ward and Eve Henderson going to battle. Is it going there again? Nope.
Coming out this side. And
Well
that's
done,
better.
Niamh Coleman.
That's better from Coleman. They're not standing back now, Clann. They are going for it. Didn't work, mind you, but at least they went for it. Oh, well taken there. Or has it? No, again, they're getting in and at them. That was Maeve McCambridge again. And she did well to get possession. She looked like she wasn't going to, but she got it. Kate Toe now. This is much better all round, but there it goes breaking down. But Niamh Henderson grabs it again, and she's looking for the support. Now, where's the dynamic run? Where are we? Where are we going? Give it inside now. Who's off it? They need somebody off it now. This is better. Dervla Coleman now. If she can get through, 2 or 3 players hanging off her, and overcarried.
It could have went either way there.
It looked like it was going to be free to me, but he's right beside it.
Yeah.
And he's a very experienced referee, and we'll put that down as discipline defending then. But Clann really starting to go at them in this second half, and it's very dull here now in Lurgan and County Armagh. The sun has gone and it's got quite dark. They might need the lights on, and that's good drive and play there by Aisling Madden, and she was away there. The referee has brought it back, but I'd say she might have wanted to keep going.
There's a lot of open spaces here. Look, you can see Morrissey and Miska. Oh, if the ref seen that.
He didn't. He was looking at his watch or his book, and she went over Grania Carville's legs there. But the two of them are at it again, and she's got the ball away. This is Morrissey giving it to Even Noon. Morrissey's still there.
Clodagh's just chasing from one to the other here. She needs help.
Yeah, they're just dragging them all over the fields. Even though there's a lot of Clann players back there, 13 of them behind the ball. They're struggling to get possession, and this is what Kilkerrin can do. They will keep possession. They're so good on the ball. And the referee said there's a slap, and that's the frustration coming in. They need to be patient, but they've given away ball there. That's the problem when you go so far behind against a team like this.
Yeah.
They will keep possession so well.
But you can hear Niamh Coleman, come on girls, keep going, get the hands in. So you can hear them stepping up here. It's as if the shackles been left off them. They were maybe afraid of the game being completely away from them at half time, and now they're going here, we'll go at them, what have we to fear?
What a run by Lindsay now. That's fantastic, and gives it to Miskell and gives it back out. Unbelievable play by Lindsay Noon there. Just fantastic, dinking in and out. They're individually, they're all such fabulous players, and they've worked it now to Madden. She got a goal on the point in the first half, and she's driven through again.
That was a trip, but it was just outside.
You know what, Clann were lucky that he blew that, because that was going to end up in the net.
I think she put it over the bar.
Have a look at it again here. Well, I think she might have put it under, or could have put it under. I mean, that's the second time actually Kevin has blown them where I thought she was away. It was the same player, was away a minute ago.
He could have had advantage for 3 seconds there. He blew it straight away. If he had to play it on and then brought it back. And
that is another point, and it's Even Noon putting it over, but
That
You know
all
what?
came from intricate passing,
Yeah.
all down this one sideline where Noon literally just popped her body off the way you would coach, pop it off, but then I step across, so I'm giving you a wee bit more, another second or two to get past, and that's what happened. Madden opened the legs up and was through.
Malanafi now from that kick out. They have possession. They get it back to Mulligan, and they've broken the line, Clann. Now, where's the support? They need some support to give it inside to Kate Toe. This is better from Clann, transitioning really well. Now Niamh Henderson, who's been starved of possession. Short pass to her niece, and that's a lovely ball through. There's a goal chance here. I think it's Donoghue is through, and surely it is. It's Aoibhinn Donoghue, and I don't think there's going to be any doubt about that, and there isn't. And there, they transitioned all the way up the pitch, and you see the benefit there of the quick ball. They're doing what Kilkerrin Clonberne did in the first half. That was superb.
That's the Clann that we've been used to seeing the past number of games in Ulster, where they do the passing off the shoulder and the give and go, whereas in the first half they just weren't doing that. And you're kind of going,
Madden was caught out there.
Was that a plan? But now they're starting to do it, and you can see it's causing issues for Kilkerrin because now they have to foul him.
Niamh Murray, she scored a penalty here at the other end against Money last year. Where's she going this time? Oh, beautifully done, side-footed into the corner, and maybe there is hope for the home team. And she says, come on. That's the first time today that we've really heard the home crowd get behind them. It's 2-8 to 1-5. Maybe it isn't over yet. Clann are really going to go for it here.
And look now, overturned. So that's the first time Niamh Henderson has won that kick out against Nicola Ward. Now their teals are up. Can they get another score here?
This is Murray again. And it's that little pop ball over the top. But this time, Kilkerrin Clonberne, we're up to that one. Back out to Niamh Murray.
Oh, lucky Cassie tried to do a wee pass back there, and it's just too much weight on it.
By the way, it was the auntie and niece who combined there. You know, it was Niamh Henderson and Cassie, and auntie and niece combining there to create that one. But Kilkerrin will be disappointed. They were caught sleeping there.
I was just waiting another Arsenal penalty thing there from yesterday, saying they got a couple of easy ones.
Well, it makes a change. Makes a change. We always get the VAR against us, but let's not go there.
Now you can see Clann have a bit more of a burst about them here, and they're getting the hands on early and not letting them get out easy.
So they've got a goal. They're still 2 goals behind with 20 minutes to go. Kilkerrin, you can be sure, will not panic at all. They will be disappointed, but they will not panic. This is Nicola Ward now.
Now, the movement in the full forward line, Kilkerrin, is very good. Clodagh has been dragged out by another brilliant run by Morrissey. And it's Miskell is 1-on-1 in here. If they can get a good ball in.
What I love about Kilkerrin Clonberne is exactly what they're doing now. And as they do that, they lose it. So I'll come back to that. There's a tough challenge going in. They've stopped the transition there with a tough challenge. They need to move it as quickly as they can.
Now, Kate Toe has been getting stuck in, and she's had a good few turnovers here. So she's stepping up, and she's going at them.
This is Malanafi now in trouble, and Nicola Ward comes in and gets the ball off her. This is better from Clann, but as I was saying, there are the lights coming on now, by the way. Yeah, I like the way that every single player for Kilkerrin Clonberne, they can take it on, they can run, they can do 1-2s, and you saw a minute ago there, for example, Lindsay Noon, when she went round about 5 or 6 players and keeping possession. They're so good at keeping possession and creating stuff, and that is a charge into Hannah Noon, who to me has been one of the best players on the pitch. They are all, they're flyers, you know, they're so fast as well as being great footballers. And they've got variety. There's the ball over the top to her sister. That is Lindsay Noon now. She's held up by Malanafi, but only temporarily because they have another player over. Is that Madden again? It is Madden again, and now it's Louise Ward. This is incisive play.
Now Clodagh's trying to push Morrissey back. She's doing a brilliant job. Let's hope the rest of her defence is covering for her in there.
The Dively sisters now linking up, and Siobhan going all the way through. She's still going, and she looks like she needs a bit of help, and she's going to get that help from Miskell, and there is the score. And that was a little bit too easy. Clann thought they had the job done, but along came Miskell.
Yep, they actually had Siobhan Dively outnumbered 3-1 there. If they had have been a bit cuter and just getting the hands out, that she wouldn't get the pass back.
Look at the press here now from the kick out. They're having to go right over to the right hand side. It might work. No, the press has worked, and Kilkerrin have it again. If they get another score here, they'll put serious daylight between the teams. And it's the girl I was talking about, Noon. She was going to cement player of the match for me there, but she just put it to the right and put it wide. But that press on the kick out causing troubles. We haven't seen any substitutions yet, but the referee's blowing now as if there's going to be one, is there? Nope. No. Let's look at the kick out what happens here. Clann
There's
desperate to
movement.
get possession. And that's better. Gráinne Carville just stepped forward, easy as you like, and said, I'll get it. And there's the support off the shoulder. That's better from Dervla Coleman. And this is Toe coming through the middle, hands it to Donoghue. No, it wasn't Toe, by the way, it was Maeve McCambridge. I can always get them two mixed up. This is a good run by Aoibhinn Donoghue. That's great, and she gives it inside to Henderson. She wants to give it back to Donoghue. Donoghue scored a great goal at this end a couple of years ago. She's looking to get another one. Oh, and she blasts it and blasts it wide. That looked like an opportunity, but again, better from the home team.
Yep, I don't know if she was maybe on her weaker foot there, or left, that she swung on it and just didn't get the twist, that she maybe should have just hand passed it over the bar to keep that score going.
So it's 43 minutes gone, 7 in it now.
So let's see the kick out. So number 4 and Nicola Ward have just swapped, so now it's
it worked beautifully. Absolutely amazing play, so simple but so effective, and it was Nicola Ward who picked up possession.
And Olivia de Ville is away here.
Oh, look at the speed again. And it was a good block actually on
Maeve McCambridge, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Now de Ville was through there and goal again if she didn't get that.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, the pace, the creativity that they have. They just transfer the ball up the pitch, and it came from just the kick out. So easy. I mean, Nicola Ward, she won the first 2 in the game, and she won another one there. Just far too easy. This is Milanafi.
And Roisin Mulligan, we haven't seen much of her today when she's normally a very good
she's
carrier.
Been
she's been doing a job.
You know, and
she's been doing
this is Niamh Henderson now.
Well.
Off goes Niamh, and she's going to get support. I think that is Toe. And she comes into the challenge, and again, you know, I'm going to say that
the charge is one of the worst rules to try and to judge.
But Emma, my point would be that Kilkerrin and Clonberne are using, shall we say, their experience there to win.
Oh yeah, she knew she was coming in with a shoulder. It was shoulder to the chest, so she's possibly lucky that the ref isn't bringing out more than a tick for that. She was smart. She knew what was coming, Siobhan.
44.5 minutes gone then.
Now, this second half's been more exciting because they're actually going at each other with more purpose and speed.
Yeah, and it's sort of Kilkerrin now lifting their game, you know. This is Louise Ward's. Gives it out. They've so much pace and so many good players, so comfortable on the ball, and they come again. And they're also very good at carrying the ball in, but not just enough for you to get the ball. They just release it at the right time, and there you see again. They're so clever at moving the ball around. You see very little kick passes, but they run at you.
There's an overload on the far side if they can get the cross.
Yeah,
Morrissey's going to
always somebody knowing, give it to me. And now they get it to Niamh de Ville. That didn't work, so they'll just keep possession here, as we're now in the last quarter of the game, and the lights are on in Lurgan on the 1st of December. Chilly and a little bit dark here, as you would expect.
So Kilkerrin are pretty smart. They're drawing a defender, but just as the defender thinks they're getting hands on, the support pop-off passes on at an angle at speed.
Eva Noon gives it back to Siobhan de Ville. Comes back out to, look who's up there. It's Caitlin Mee, number 5, and Clann have just sat right in, and they're just walking. They're walking across the pitch, 1 or 2 of them now, but they need to really press out and try and get this ball, because Olivia de Ville there will just keep it all day, and now the 2 wards come together and they will cause a bit of damage. And look who's up there, Chloe Costello, number 2, all interchanging. And look at the runs are amazing. They're cutting across each other. Now, are they going to be caught in possession after all that? They're not. They get a free out of it.
It's like constant 3-player weaves happening all over the show, different angles.
And it could be any 3 players in the entire pitch.
Exactly. But again, that all comes down to practice and a bit of experience and know-how of knowing how each other play. So if they're all around the same age, they've been doing this from underage right up.
Even Noon is coming through now to try and get a score.
Brilliant score.
You know, you look at that, Emma, when it was happening, and you think, well, hold on, there's about 4 or 5 Clann players through, but she made 1 run inside, 1 run round the back, then another one through at an angle and got her score.
Exactly. So Clann are getting people back, but again, there's no point getting people back and getting the energy to do that. You need to get the hands on. This
from the kick out, the press is on from Madden, but she's
got
fouled.
A wee touch on the back there. Was it Kate Toe again going for it?
I'm not saying that because I keep getting Maeve McCambridge mixed up with her. No, Maeve's away up
Maeve's
at the...
here, I think.
Yeah. And this is Tierna Grimes. Are you a bit surprised as a manager that you haven't seen any...
There's no changes.
You would
think that some would be...
Else?
that there's possibly somebody on the bench that can make a difference or an impact. So Clodagh's decided, give me the ball, I'm going for it myself, and she's ripping it up through the middle.
And she is, and she's giving it to Niamh Coleman. Can they get something now? Can they stage
her back.
grandstand finish? This is Coleman. And
So
it's going to be Niamh Murray, and she's a fair distance out, but we said that the last time when she put it over.
She'll steal a few yards then. So Clodagh McCambridge, we all know, is a brilliant ball carrier. So maybe it's about time now that Greg maybe says, right, Clodagh, come you out here. Because again, she should be fresher. I think Olivia DeVilly screamed there as the kicker got it. So if she did, she should be bringing it in a bit. Or did she steal too many yards?
I think he just wasn't ready for it. I think he was doing something else and was saying, hold on a minute.
Yeah, so possibly bring Clodagh out because...
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Again, yes, she's doing short bursts in there following Morrissey, but at the same time, if she was further out...
She's gone back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I mean...
what if they did lose?
Oh, hold on, that's dropped in. That could end up in the goal. That was close.
Nobody took the chance to follow it in.
Yeah, could have been. Could have been.
And you had the two... you'd only Niamh Coleman in there. I would have had Dervlin as well.
Yeah, exactly,
the two
with
talls
her height, yeah. Yeah, Clodagh then at full back, I guess, going for broke, but...
maybe they'll wait for another 5 minutes, but again...
Now Niamh Murray from the 45 needs a runner, and she puts it in. But it's gone straight to Nicola Ward, I think that was, and then Madden, and that's coughed up very easy.
It's good
possession.
tackle by Niamh Henderson.
Oh, she's
now that's
the referee
that has
immediately.
to be a yellow there for the drag down. We would have seen same tackles yesterday in the Australia game.
Greg definitely calling there. He says, what's going on? But the referee immediately had his hand in his pocket as soon as that happened. And we watched it again. Oh, it was the number 7. It was Noon.
That's
Hannah Noon.
Yeah. She's had a brilliant game as well.
Well,
Hannah.
there we have an extra player.
And to be fair, Hannah Noon has been one of their serious ball carriers.
Here is a sub coming on now.
And workers.
So, is this game over yet? You have an extra player, you have 10 minutes, you've got a sub coming on, and now maybe you could release the likes of a Clodagh, but they've done it again. They've given it away straight, easy possession. Oh, they make things so difficult for themselves.
But yet the 2 or 3 defenders standing free behind them. Why not give that ball backwards? Secure it.
Yeah. You put it like this, that one and the last one, you'd never see Kilkerrin do that.
No. Oh.
That's a tough challenge going in, but the referee says no foul, but it is
There's
a
the
line
substitute.
ball.
6, so Megan McCann.
Yeah, so she didn't start, so she's coming in, and they're sending Cassie Henderson up into the forward, so that's going for broken.
13.
They're taking Emer McConaughey off, and they usually seem to take her off late in the games, but they've thrown Cassie Henderson, the 15-year-old, and said, right, you go on the edge of the square, but you'd like her auntie Niamh to be a bit more in possession around the middle, and you'd like to see Clodagh McCambridge released as well. Now that the extra player, I mean, how do you use the extra player? You're the manager here.
Well, to me, you would want somebody that you know is comfortable on the ball, that can give a bit more of an impetus as you attack, a wee bit more angles and composure. So to me, yes, Clodagh's done a good job in there, but I would probably be bringing her out for a bit of experience and composure in the ball. Use her as your centre half forward link player, because they should be now in control. They have a spare player.
Exactly, but Kilkerrin won't mind that, and they always look like they have an extra player or two the way they play, because they're still making Clann chase it. It's no good if you don't have the ball, and they don't at the minute. And they're not really pressing really aggressively for it.
Yep. Now, Clann always had the 2 people sitting anyway, so why not get out and go player each and have that one spare? And at least if they overturn them, they go at them. They've not. There we go.
Oh, that's better. Niamh Coleman gets possession, and she's fouled, but Clann will want to move this as quickly as possible. The referee is going to tick, and to me that's twice in the last 5 minutes Kilkerrin have done really, shall we say, clever fouls to just stop the ball going forward.
Yeah, you could call that a smart foul. And again,
I don't like calling it that, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, so again, that was an ankle away. So Niamh's done well there to hold that up. We can see that Megan McCann is holding wide to give a bit of width. Kilkerrin haven't seen this yet, so now somebody else should be free.
Oh, that's going right. I think it's going
wide.
It's
over.
Is it? Oh, I always do that. It was the angle. Yeah,
yep.
Okay.
Niamh
well,
Coleman.
At least they got a score out of it.
And that all came from Niamh's turnover in the middle of the pitch. that she got on the end of that for the score. So let's see now for the kick out. Can they overturn it?
Yeah, because every time they seem to get a score, Kilkerrin do well from a kick out and just completely stop the momentum. Let's see what happens here. Now watch these runs here as we're on this wide camera shot here.
So Nicola Ward is going again. They're looking for it.
She's been tracked by Neve, okay.
And
straight up the middle, looking for Louise. Oh, and it's gone all the way through to Olivia Dively.
Bend the back,
no, they've
back.
got it. Oh, look at the speed here of Miskell going for this, but Maeve McCambridge has got it. She's been playing cornerback, and that was better from her. And now the crowd are starting to get behind them. 7.5 minutes or so to go. Clann now with Aoibhinn Donoghue running at them. And the tackle coming in from Niamh Dively. Niamh Murray, she can score off either foot. She's popped that a little bit high, but they still have possession. Niamh Henderson now runs into trouble with Chloe Costello. Calm down now, calm down. We are being a little bit biased here to the home team. Oh, hold on. There's going to be a free in for sure, whether you're biased or not. And
now Kilkerrin were smart with that kick out. Clann have a free player, yet their free player was still inside their 45. That ball over the top meant that it was still one for runs. So we need Clann need to be a bit smarter. Have that spare player either moving, knowing where the kicker is going to go, or just slightly behind for anything over the top to sweep up and to go. But again, it was smart from the Kilkerrin keeper or their midfield that decided to push in for that ball over the top. But again, they've probably worked in these situations in training to know what to do.
And I have to say that was another very cynical foul to stop them getting through, because they didn't want to concede goals at this point. No,
as we say, as long as it's not the same person taking the ticks, then you pass it on. But again, they should know that as well. They're experienced enough that the likes of whoever it may be will say, right, I've already got a tick, pass it on. Somebody else takes the blow.
6 minutes to go. 6 points in it, and too easy from the kick out. That was allowed to bounce safely into Olivia Dively, and now Nicola Ward, exactly the player that they want on the ball, and her sister. And they just pop it around between themselves, and again there's that momentum, and she says, well, there's space here, I'll run into it, I'll just carry it myself, I won't just kick it away. And Nicola Ward, the player of the year, shows why this is a fantastic run, and she leaves it off to Dively, who won an All-Star as well a couple of weeks ago, both on the team of the year of All-Stars. But they've got it back, Clann, and now Clodagh McCambridge is going through a few tackles. This is what Emma wanted to see. Get her forward. She's a great player. Release her from the chain of having to play at the full back area. Let her go, but the momentum has just been held up now, unless Niamh Henderson can do something about it. She can. She's gone round one or two, and she slips it forward, looking for Niamh Murray, and Niamh has it, and she slipped a few times. Maybe she needs to change the boots. Held up there by Gormley, and gives it back out. She's going to get another chance here, but they're just not cutting through in the same way that Kilkerrin do at the other end. But she can take a point, and she can take it from distance, and she's done exactly that. That's a good score, and that's the first time in a long time they've got it back to 5. Maybe a little bit too little, too late, but at least it's a good score for them.
There's still a good 5 minutes to go, and you obviously had a substitute and a couple of things happening, so there might be another added minute on at the end. But again, goals can come easily enough in the ladies' game, but I think Kilkerrin are probably a bit too savvy to do that.
A tug in the jersey there.
I think it's just Mulligan. A bit of a height difference there as well. That again,
they're going to need a goal though, aren't they?
Yeah, the keeper knows to go to the likes of the Olivia Dively and the Wards and stuff, because they have that composure on the ball, and they'll just run at them and draw their free and calm it down. They're not going to force it now.
But it must be great as well when you're the keeper. You have so many options. You can go short, you can go long. The movement's fantastic. You know, and how many of their own kickouts? Must be 8 or 9 out of 10 that they've won.
Exactly, and that is down to trust. She trusts every single one of those girls to give them the ball. But Kilkerrin have no reason to push forward here. They could literally keep the ball in round the middle half of the pitch.
But look how deep Clann are. You know, they've just naturally dropped in there, and I think it's a tiredness thing as well. They've just spent the whole game chasing. And they're going, 2 or 3 girls at the front will do it. A few more are trying to make an effort now, but to use a northern word, they're busted.
Yeah, but
3
again,
minutes to go.
Maybe some fresh legs coming on.
No, I don't see anybody being
I see Kilkerrin have a couple warming up, but I don't see Clann.
Have Kilkerrin even made a change?
No, not yet. There's only been the one substitute so far.
That's incredible when you think about it.
Yeah, but you think whenever we're at this stage of the game and they're 5 points up, they'll be making the changes just to.
But the
freshen
energy
it.
of Kilkerrin is the same as it was at the start. They're
Oh,
all
no, they haven't
the
dropped.
point I was making about the fitness of these young girls, you know.
Yeah, it hasn't dropped at all.
But I also love the way they move the ball around so quickly to each other. Nobody really holds on to it too long unless they really need to, you know.
Yep, but if you think of it as well, it's not the same girls always carrying the ball and doing the dirty work, so they are getting a rest, so they're being smart in that as well. The only girl that we haven't really seen past the 45 is probably Gormley, the full back. Everybody else has been forward at some point.
Oh, even noon off she goes again. And just a wee turn of pace there. And just creates a problem and gives it back to Costello. Mulligan nearly got it back, but Dively has it. And she's going through and she's got past that tackle. And there's always support there. And it's Morrissey, I think. And Morrissey looking for the angle, doesn't have it, but look at her ball skills there, so good, and just gives it back to Eva Noon, who has had a really good afternoon.
How long were you waiting for that one, Jerome?
I have to say, my script writer needs to get a credit for that one. You know, there's also one about the two wards, but I'll leave that for the moment. Here comes Nicola Ward. And she's driving down into that left corner, and that's what I was saying about them on the ball. Even if there's no one near them, they have to do something. They're comfortable even just driving and drawing the free. They're all such good footballers.
Yeah, but again, Clann had 3-4 back there against that one. She was going up the lane, she had nowhere to go, but yet they still conceded a free. And you'd expect Olivia Dively, yes, she's at a bit of an angle, to pop it over the bar. Now, again, Morrissey did brilliant. There's change in the Kilkerrin team.
It is, yeah.
Can't see the board at that angle.
What is the change? It's 15.
Miskell is off, and 18.
Is it 18? That would be Avine Madden. Presume she's related to Aisling at number 9, if it is.
Have to keep the sisterly tagging on.
Yeah, just another one.
But again, Aisling, if the ball had have been rotated back to the corner, she was left by herself in the corner there. She's already got one goal, so that was on, but they just didn't get their head up quick enough.
She could have had another goal, remember, before half time, so that would have been 3. Dively gives it everything. High and accurate.
Yep. She's been very consistent. Now, they haven't had many frees today, but she was consistent.
Clann.
It's a good pass between Coleman that time.
It is, just put it into midfield. It was good movement as well by Kate Toe, and she really has done her best today. She has put in a shift and has done well there, and they've got it to Niamh Henderson, and they're definitely going to have to go for goal, but that's a little bit tight in there. And
Louise
Ward
came out there, not sure she had to connect it.
Was it Ward or was it the other
Louise,
player? But anyway, there was 2 of them at her there. Now Niamh Murray, and she can put over a point from here, but as you were saying, why not put Dervla Coleman in there and try and get a hand in this? Get on the end of the square there. I think she's probably going for her point. I mean, they don't have any height in there.
Niamh Coleman would be the only one.
Somebody looking to go short, and that's a good idea. That maybe is a good idea from Niamh Henderson, giving it back, and Murray, well, she's going to end up with her score. But look at the diving challenge coming there. It was Gormley who threw herself at that one for Kilkerrin Clonberne, who are now in added time, and they have a 5-point lead. Is that another sub coming on? I think there
14
is.
For 8,
maybe
so
1 or 2 actually.
Morrissey's gone off.
Geez, your eyesight's good. 14 for 8. 14 to be Morrissey for who? Oh, 18? No, 18's already on. Oh, I see the light over there. What's that say? 19 maybe?
19.
Is it 19? That would be
19
Caitlin Boyle.
Come on the last time then. 19's on, yep, in full forward.
That's it. Clodagh's still back there. Just making the announcement, but we're just going through the formalities here. This is all but over. And that was Megan McCann trying to win that ball for Clann, but instead it's the other number 6. It's Nicola Ward, and she just popped the ball out there. I think that was a no-look pass, and it's ended up with her sister, and she's throwing shapes as well. They're just so good in tight situations.
They're probably screaming at each other, though, that the communication's there to know. And look at that. That's just brilliant. They know the run, the timing of the run.
And this is another of the Divleys. I saw them last year in the final against Ballymac, and I was down at ground level. And they really are a sight to watch, their movement and their speed and how comfortable they are on the ball. And that's exactly what they're doing here. Now 2 minutes into added time, and I don't think there'll be that much more. No. 17 plays 12, 5 points in it. The lights are on, but it still seems quite dark here.
Now I think Clann would be far happier with their second half performance, but if they had played a bit more tenacious like they did in the second half to the first half, it might have made a bit of a difference, but we all know Kilkerrin, they have stepped it up a level ever since Clann have stepped it up a level.
And you see there Gormley coming out of defence with the ball. They can all come out of defence with the ball, and they've won it. They've won it again. The amazing run continues. The Galway girls, and there is a hug in the middle, and they are through to another All-Ireland final. They've won the last 3 they've been in, and they are in the final for the 4th time, and they're going to play Kilmacud Crokes, and that's going to be fascinating. They had a tight one last year. They both play at the level that's required here. And there's our camera in the middle as well, getting those end of match shots as well, seeing the players up close after this win for Kilkerrin Clonberne by 5 points. And you can't argue with that 5-point win either. And they had, well, it seems a bit churlish to sort of pick a player of the match, to be honest, because they just play as one team. They really, really do. You can't pick out one player. There's good individual performances, but it's a way that they knit together as a team that is so, so impressive, and that's why they are at this level. Kilmacud, to be fair, I saw them 3 weeks ago. They will give them a game. They really will, because they play a similar kind of brand of football, and they will give it to them, and they did last year. It'll be an interesting one, but it's also, even though Kilmacud were good that day, it's hard to go against a team when you've just seen them play at an incredible level.
Yeah, like, you can't say that they're 3 in a row champions for no reason. They brought Kilmacud to extra time, or Kilmacud, sorry, brought them to extra time last year, and they come out on top. But if you look at that there now, some of the girls were still running as if it was in the first 5 minutes of the game. Their fitness levels is just unbelievable, and the movement of them, their cornerback was up in corner forward, the cornerbacks are in or the corner forwards are in corner back. So the way that they can trust each other and move the ball and be comfortable on the ball, it's making for a brilliant All-Ireland final in a couple of weeks' time.
Absolutely. I'm going to leave you, Emma, but don't worry, I'm going to go down trying to get an interview, but I'll leave you talking to yourself if you don't mind. Maybe you do that a lot, I don't know. But if you can go through maybe player of the match and contenders, that'll fill a little bit of time and give us an idea what you think.
Okay, so obviously Clonberne in the second half, that a few girls that really stepped it up. Niamh Henderson, I thought, had a brilliant second half. Aoibhinn Donoghue and Kate Toe were brilliant the full match. But obviously Kilkerrin come out on top there, and you can't look any further than basically all the family names there. So Nicola Ward, I thought, was pivotal around everything that happened throughout the full game. Her intensity and movement was very good. Louise Ward, Olivia de Villiers was always on top of it. But number 7, Hannah Noon, I thought was very good alongside Lindsay Noon. Okay, so I know Hannah took a yellow card near the tail end of the game, but at the same time, it would be pretty hard to pick anybody in particular, but I would probably go Nicola Ward if it was me personally. Jerome might go somebody different.
Come on. We're live on the stream here, and I've left my co-commentator talking to herself. I presume she's stopped now, so if I get a thumbs up, we'll go with a wee interview. We will. Yep. Lindsay, your immediate post-match reaction?
It's just relief, to be honest. It was very. It was probably this morning when I woke up, I don't think I've ever been so nervous for a game in my life. I don't know, I thought these, and they were going to be tough, very tough team, you know. They have about, I think, 10 county players, and, you know, Armagh did well in the championship this year, so we knew we had a tough game on our hands, but yeah, we pulled through, thank God.
So even after all these All-Ireland semi-finals and finals, you still feel the nerves, and even playing against a new team today?
Yeah, I think especially playing against new teams, you know, we don't know what to expect, and, you know, these new teams don't have as much to lose as we do if we lost, so, you know, we have a big target on our backs and everyone's out to get us, and, you know, there's a lot of pressure that comes with that, but yeah, we live to go again for another day.
Last 10 minutes of the first half, you got a couple of goals, and they were key. They give you a real distance between the teams, and you held that right to the end. And the 2 goals were taken really, really well. It was sort of trademark Kilkerrin Clonberne.
Yeah, no, the 2 goals, Aisling and Ailish, took on their opponents, and class goals. I can't wait to look back and watch them again. But even the game wasn't over. You know, we were up by 9 points at half time. I think Clonberne won the second half, but that just shows that, you know, like, the gap is getting closer in these competitions and the standards are getting high. Yeah, we know that that's to come, and yeah, we know we have a tough game now again in 2 weeks. So yeah, we'll enjoy today and relax and we train again on Tuesday.
Yeah, you sound like you need to relax. You've had a stressful day. But in the second half, they did go at you, but you still held out. The first goal, by the way, Aisling Madden, she just got right through the middle. Now, Nicola broke the line and got it through there. When you have that pace coming through and she got the goal, that was really key.
Yeah, no, Aisling Madden, for the age she is, I think she's the most athletic person I know. But
What age is she?
She's only minor, so she's 18, 17 or 18.
Do us a favour, go and get her, would you? Well, should have a word with her, please.
Yeah,
Go on, bring her over. So we'll wait for. We started talking about you and saying how young you were, so I thought, let's. Oh, the camera's over here. Actually, no, we'll stay here. A little bit closer, maybe for a connection here. What age are you, Aisling?
18.
Wow. When were you 18?
February.
And what's it like for you? I mean, did you play last year much?
I came on as a sub for the matches. I wasn't starting any of them, but yeah, kind of just making my way in slowly. But
So you've been inspired from the age of maybe 14, 15, seeing this team playing in All-Ireland semi-finals and finals, and you now are living the dream.
oh yeah, like I was there when they lost against Mournabbey in whatever year it was, and it kind of just
A couple of years, but they learned from that.
Huh?
But they learned from that.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like just seeing their determination to keep going, and then going on the next year to win it. Like I was on the panel then, but I was a sub, and it's just like great to see them all, and like they just inspire me so much.
Now, I was talking to Lindsay there, and she said she was really, really nervous today. Were you all nervous, or do you get nervous?
I think I definitely get very nervous before the matches. I think everybody is a bit apprehensive, but they kind of deal with it in their own ways. You know, like we have different ways of dealing with it or showing it. You know, but yeah, I think we all get nervous.
The first goal, your goal, really seemed to settle things. Nicola made a break here, got the ball from the kick out and came through, and you had a run right through the middle. What do you remember about it?
I just remember kind of seeing just the goalie in the goal and saying, "Don't kick it at her." Yeah, I don't really remember much then.
But you weren't thinking point. You were thinking were you thinking point, and then when you get closer.
I was thinking hand pass it over the bar, and then I saw the kind of open goal, so I said I better go for it.
And then the second goal from Ailish before half time was key, wasn't it? And she just burst into life.
I know, yeah. I didn't actually see her. I just saw the ball in the back of the net, and I knew she'd made some super run.
So just describe to me what it's like, an 18-year-old coming into this team, playing in an All-Ireland semi-final among all these fantastic players. What's it like?
I suppose it's a bit daunting, but we're all kind of so close, and they're nothing but supportive, even on the pitch. Like they're always guiding you no matter what, and I never feel lost on the pitch, or a lot inexperienced or anything. I feel like part of the team, so I feel like.
And your thoughts about the final against Kilmacud? I have to say I saw them 3 or 3 weeks ago, and they play a very similar style of football, so it's going to be a real battle.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, but we'll just prepare as much as we can in the next 2 weeks, and then see what happens.
All right, thank you very much. I'll let you go back. That's Aisling Madden. Thank you to Aisling and the Kilkerrin girls welcoming her back there as well. They are delighted, and that's the number 18. I think that might be her sister actually who came. And that ends our coverage here in Lurgan and County Armagh. Kilkerrin were nervous. They were worried coming in here, but they've come away with a victory, as they do. The final is in a few weeks' time against Kilmacud Crooks, and what a game that is going to be. But for now, from us, from our cameramen on the sideline, on the pitch here, and up in the stand as well, on the whole team, and to Emma Kelly as well, it's goodbye.